This is going to be a strange video, and will probably epitomize the idea of someone taking Chinese cartoons too seriously. It'll be about what happened with the Epic of Dragon Ball Part 7 and the future of this channel. I began to work on this series back in 2018, when I sat down and typed up the nearly 40-page script that has gone through a lot of changes as time went on, to say the least. I was doing this during what I would call one of the most hellacious periods of my life. I just left my personal training gig, which contained some of the last remnants of who I used to be before the tea business, those remnants being a martial artist, something that, surprise, ties into Dragon Ball. But during this time, working 18-hour days was the norm, pretty much every day too. I managed to gain about 100 pounds in a year due to no exercise while keeping up the food intake of someone who was working out hours per day. So in between waking up at around 6 in the morning, going out and working until 1 or 2 in the afternoon, I'd come home, do tea business endeavors, and if I had any semblance of energy, I would either go to work on the script or video before I dive back into work at 5. And then on weekends that 5 PM could go as far as 2 AM, 3 AM, then I would wake up, eat, and work again. This isn't a pity party, so I won't go into all of the details, but there were a lot of events during a time that were just crippling to my soul. I'm sure there's others who have had it worse than me. I'm not here to have a pissing contest of misery. The point is that most of the series was being done during a very difficult time for me. The first video, and the first half of the second video, I was trying to keep it monetized. Or rather, keep it up so it can be monetized in the future. But as I got to Goku's first transformation scene, I decided to hell with trying to stay within copyright bounds. It was the message and the art that mattered. The project was more important to me than potential ad revenue. Keep in mind, at this point I probably had less than 100 subscribers, so it wasn't going to be monetized right away anyway. What I had hoped to do was move people in a way that DBZ had moved me, and still does to this day. For some people to be able to see it through my eyes, to give those people new perspective. And in a way, it was also a love letter to myself, to remind me of why I loved the series so much. It also represented a lot of what I wanted this channel to be. I didn't want to be someone chasing the trends, or filling in the right tags and keywords. Somebody who hooked some mindless viewers who wouldn't give two shits about me or my work, so long as I could sing and dance for them. I wanted to make content that people got something from, whether it's inspiration, like in my Golden Login video, of which to this day, the comments fill me with so much joy knowing I managed to touch so many people. Or whether it's something silly and dumb, like my video on why you should respect Mineta, giving people genuine laughter at the absurdity of it all. But truth be told, that's no longer popular on YouTube. I'm sure if I was trying to do this back in 2014 or 2015, I would have done immensely well. Back then, quality mattered a whole lot, but boy has the algorithm shifted. I think the best example of this is when, in March of 2021, I released the Epic of Dragon Ball Part 3. The impressions on my channel barely moved at all. If you don't know what that is, impressions is how many people see your video thumbnail, whether it's through a search, or YouTube recommendations, or whatever else. Then, about 6 days later, I made a video that, from conception to upload, took about 1 hour. The impressions on my channel shot up by over 7 times, and it stayed that way for the rest of the month. It was just a 3-minute video announcing the Devil Loves a Part-Timer is coming back, along with whatever bullshit news I pulled up at the time. There were no insights, nothing thought-provoking. I just vomited the words on the screen. It's not just the algorithm. People's desire for content has shifted that way as well. I see it in the way other channels grow. Mindless drivel, just repeating the same crap over and over again. There was this one DBZ tuber I used to watch. I don't even remember his name anymore. It was the guy who kept saying, "Yo, what is going on, my super sandwiches?" at the beginning of every video. That guy was a master of saying absolutely fucking nothing for 10 minutes straight. "Alright guys, new info just dropped. What could this mean? I don't know. Let's use some basic bitch talking points with some of the most obvious questions, and at the end I will repeat that I don't know, and I'll keep repeating that for 10 minutes straight." I might just be being a bit mean. I don't know what kind of person he is on the other side of the camera. This is just part of a much wider problem. So if he sees this by some miracle, I apologize for being a bit of a douche. Do I think that my own Dragon Ball vids are worthy of some sort of award or international praise or something like that? No. But that isn't really the point here. It was still what I would call some level of good, and many comments say the same thing as well. So for people who wanted to watch, I used video editing to make my own artistic expression of what I was seeing. And I thought that would be enough, if people can at least just see it. Part 7 has a special place in my heart because it was the conclusion of this long journey for me. A journey that helped me vastly improve my storytelling and video editing. But right at the end of the finish line, something went wrong. I got my usual slamming of copyright violations, 20 this time around, a new personal best. This time, however, I think around 7 or 8 of them had the video blocked. Most of them were the standard, some filthy French TV station trying to claim the Dragon Ball vids as their own. So I challenged their appeal, and challenged again on the second phase of that, which is basically me saying I'm not taking this video down, and if you want it down, you'll have to sue me. And I doubt that they wanted to launch an international lawsuit, especially when it clearly wasn't even their own license. What surprised me, however, was that one of the songs I used was also blocked. Music places tend to just take the ad revenue, especially in situations like this, where there's a voiceover from both the anime and myself talking over it. I'm a businessman, and this is something that I will personally view as a gold standard of advertising. Someone else puts in the work for something. I get paid for that something, which then advertises the item for people to come to me for said item. No one is going to use the portion of the song in the hour-long video as a replacement for the real thing. But this music company, for whatever genius reasoning they had, did not want to do that. So they blocked, I countered, they came back, and I appealed. Remember what I said, this second appeal basically says I'm not taking this down, and if the copyright holder wished to continue, they have to provide YouTube with legal documentation saying they're ready to take this shit to court, and to take the video down. And that's just what they did. Luckily, they were a bit more merciful, I guess. They gave me the option to instead cut out the song from the video, then it could return to its previous state. So if you were to go back to part 7, the first scene of Goku hitting Ultra Instinct, the song is gone. My other option was to wait 7 days, let the video be removed, get a strike on my channel, then give the other side all of my legal information for them to launch the lawsuit, hoping they were bluffing. And I am in no position to risk trying to call that bluff. The video is still up in its entirety on other streaming platforms, but on YouTube, where most of the eyes are, it is now butchered. And honestly, it felt like a piece of me got butchered along with it. I know, this is the internet, and having any types of feelings or emotions or care about anything makes me gay. But I don't care, that's part of the internet culture I sincerely despise. Which is why I actually try to fill most of my videos with emotion. Genuine emotion. Not that fucking overplayed, super duper excited, "Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy T-Man here, coming back at you with another video. This time we're going to cover blah blah fucking blah." I know, those videos are easy to make. Certainly a lot less work than trying to balance 5 different audio sources to blend into one, or making sure the narrative is in sync with what's happening, or any of the other stuff trying to edit videos that are not just a running slideshow of footage that may or may not even be relevant to what I'm saying. They are soulless, mindless. The only point of those videos is the numbers they generate. It baffles me just how many people complain about soulless corporations who only care about money, but they themselves aspire to be the exact same thing. The exact same cancer, only less important because they're just producing bottom of the barrel content. You know, it's kind of funny. Sorry if it sounds like I'm rambling. I don't actually have a script for this, just random bullet points, so I'm kind of going off the bullet points now. After the video in 2021, where my impressions shot up for an hour's worth of work, I tried to see if I could go down that path. Maybe just take an hour a week to make some mindless dribble, add a few coins to the advertising pool. But I found out that I couldn't do it, because during the recording, I was incapable of hiding my depression and disappointment in myself in my voice. It was like a woman trying out being a whore for the first time out of desperation. Kind of hard to smile and pretend like I'm into it when I know exactly what I'm doing. Last week, I made my Galadriel video, which, while it was the same type of horrors chasing trends that I've been mentioning, I did want to shit on the horrible acting skills. So the two things aligned. That video has already blown every one of the 7 Dragon Ball vids combined out of the water in views and likes, and I think comments as well, to say nothing of the money, which is about $6 by the time of this recording. So trying to bring it back around, what does this mean for my channel? It's been a few days, and frankly, I still don't know, but I feel like I'm kind of done. I don't really want to put in hours of my life anymore into a project for it to be either butchered or blocked entirely. And you know, this sucks because, as I've mentioned many times over the past couple of years, I have an entire Attack on Titan script that was written out as well, and I was planning to do the Epic of Attack on Titan. Would have been smaller than 7 parts of the Epic of Dragon Ball, but it would have been around the same lines. Even if it or any other video does manage to go through, it ends up being viewed by barely anyone. Whether it's lack of interest or algorithm shitting on me, I don't think that's relevant to me anymore. This isn't even the first video to be either butchered or removed. I've had a few others taken down or age restricted. Hell, the Gurren Lagann video was actually originally blocked worldwide. I had to delete it and then find some bullshit means to be able to re-upload it and try again. But at this point in my life, I just cannot take these risks anymore. And that's depressing on a much wider scale. Artistic expression is dying on 2 fronts. The first front being soulless algorithms and soulless corporations doing whatever they can to stifle what they can. Something I want to point out, notice how I keep using the same words over and over again. Soulless algorithm, soulless corporation, I used soulless a little bit early on. This is what it sounds like when I don't have a script in front of me. I tend to repeat the same words over and over again. Anyway, so that's one way that artistic expression is dying. That is, unless I play a full episode of something on part of my screen and then react to it in my totally genuine reaction video. I swear guys, trust me, this is my natural reaction. I'm totally not hyping up this bullshit up for the camera. It's nothing like the fake prank videos from 2012. Thank you for giving me $10,000 in ad revenue. You know what's fucking sad? In real life, I'm actually quite the expressive person with a lot of genuine reactions to things. But I don't think I'd be able to make reaction videos because it doesn't have that stench of fake hype. And I swear, people have almost an aversion to anything that's not fake. Always looking for the canned responses from others. It's basically those mindless political talking points, but for culture. Sorry, I'll get back to topic in a bit, but I need to kind of vent about this already. Some time ago, on my recommended feed, I saw something pop up, like music teacher or music professional, whatever the title was, reacts to hearing a song from my favorite band for the first time. I decided to watch the video because I really like this band, and I was hoping I would end up with some sort of insight from an alleged professional that I have not gotten before. Maybe I'll learn something about music and the notes. The studying I've done on it has been minimal to say the least, so I'm always looking to expand my horizons. But instead, it was just more of fucking nothing. Wow, her voice is so good. That's a wide range. That guitar solo is so difficult to do. You have to practice to be able to do that. It was like 10 or 20 minutes of the fucking wow dodge meme. Wow, such music, very sound. Then, because I watched that, a different person doing the same thing came up in my recommended feeds. I tried it again, maybe it was just one single bad video. It probably had over 1 million views. They at least mentioned things like notes, but otherwise, it was just the same shit. I need to pause and re-listen to this because I forgot what I was even talking about before I went on this rant. Okay, artistic expression dying on 2 fronts. That rant kind of ties into the next part. The second front that it's dying. And here's the part of the video I expect is going to lose me a lot of subscribers. The second front in which artistic expression is dying is because of the viewers. The algorithm isn't helping, but at the same time, so many people are chasing those mindless videos. People who speak words but somehow still say nothing, to affirm things like what song they like or what anime they enjoy. They are chasing the "hey, what's going on YouTube" type of people, looking for reaction videos so they can feel that a person with a lot of followers likes the same things that they like, as if that gives them some sort of validation in their life choices. People look for the rage bait, the "look at what this person with 15 Twitter followers said about this thing, get mad guys" type of vids. Vids that help them hate the same things they hate. I love a good criticism so long as it breaks down the fundamental problems with something. But I seem to be in the minority, as others just want to join in on the hate. I tried to pull the whole be the change you want to see in the world thing, but frankly it does not seem to be working. So again I ask myself, what does this mean for this channel and the videos I will put out going forward? What I may do is just stick to abstract topics, like the You Are the Story video, or the video on why you should kill your nostalgia. I suppose that could be a happy medium, because I'm still doing some form of editing. Or maybe I'll do more of what people apparently want, low quality vids that contain a random slideshow or series of clips, as I speak and just say the most generic of things, so everybody can like it. I'm probably not even gonna do any editing for this video, just slap the audio on an image of my logo and call it a day. This is a bit of a downer vid, I know that. If I sounded depressed in this recording, you should have seen me the day the final appeal was rejected. I'm not really sure how to end this video. I guess we'll see what the future holds. Actually wait, I do know 2 things that'll be worth mentioning. The first is I have a gaming channel that I barely touch. It's linked in the description, but I'll make it the first thing that pops up. I'll probably pin a comment as well. In early 2023, I'm going to play Wulong Final Dynasty on it. 3 Kingdoms is one of my most favorite periods of history, so if you want to see me geek out and squeal like a child, give that channel a subscription. The other thing is that for the holidays, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of a PlayStation 5 for my business. More details on that when I finalize said details. Otherwise, like I said, I suppose we'll see what the future holds. To those who have listened this far, and who have subscribed and genuinely like my work, I mean this, thank you for following.